What's up, guys? Brian Burke here. I just did a video on texting, but there was one other guy in the Facebook group, the ACT Leaders Facebook group. Private group, if you're not in it, get in it. There'll be a link below if I post this to YouTube publicly. Otherwise, I'm talking to the guys in the Facebook group right now directly. Another guy asked, his name was Gideon, and he asked, I don't have internet out here, but it was basically, he's doing well. He's made a lot of progress, but and he says he's dating the 9s and 10s now. I'm not really a fan of the 9 and 10 thing, but in terms of like numbering women, I like the 1 and 0 thing. It's 1s and 0s basically. But he says he's doing well. He's having some success with the ladies, and he wants to know how to deal with angry boyfriends because he's a small guy. I'm trying to think exactly what he said. It was I'm a smaller guy. I can't really fight. Most guys are bigger than me. And so I'm meeting these women. I'm doing well, but like angry boyfriends are, I guess, stepping up to him or threatening him, or just maybe, hanging around, like giving him the eyeball. And, it's tough to really answer that. I mean, I'll definitely make videos in the future about like how to deal with other guys, maybe trying to interrupt you while you're talking to a girl you just met, or talking to a girl who's with another guy, but she doesn't seem to be really into him. Girls with boyfriends, I've fucked not a million, but I fucked a lot of girls who I knew had boyfriends. That's not my problem, that's her problem. Marriage, I've done a little bit. The boyfriend thing, though, I'm trying to figure out here's the thing with this question. I don't know if you really mean like boyfriends, like that's her boyfriend, or it's just a guy that maybe is on the side. He's trying to get with her, then you step in, she likes you better. I don't really have enough information to answer this thoroughly, but what I will say is when it comes to like other guys trying to use physicality to dominate you, to intimidate you, to scare you away from the girl. A couple things there. Number one, you have to understand that the guy is extremely insecure to do that. Guys are territorial, I think, in general, and tend to see women as property. And it's also, it undercuts your manhood when you feel like another guy took your girl. These women don't belong to these guys, okay? It's not his girl. So it's totally up to her if she wants to have fun with you or not. So the guy's coming from a place of insecurity. The problem with that is when guys get insecure and feel like their masculinity is threatened, they do tend to get a little crazy. They get a little violent, I'm of two minds about this. The first one would be maybe you're doing something where you're not being covert enough, like you're being a little too obvious, a little too out in the open. Another thing might be that, these women need to understand that they shouldn't be running and telling their boyfriends about you. So maybe that's a talk you need to have, like, hey, I know that you have a boyfriend, so, out of respect, I don't want to be out there like in his face. So, if you want to continue this, you're going to have to learn how to keep shit low key, right? Between you and me. Otherwise, I'm not going to continue. If you're really a small guy and you're not like good at fighting, I wouldn't engage in any sort of physical fighting. Having said that, if you can learn the basics of boxing and maybe like American style wrestling or even jiu-jitsu, just the basics, you're going to be better than like 90% of the guys you encounter in terms of fighting. You'll be a better fighter than 90% of the other males, maybe even more than that. At least males your age. I mean, if you just watch like YouTube, or I've been in a lot of street fights, and like I know some basic boxing stuff and some basic wrestling stuff, and it's, you know, as long if you're doing stuff like this, right? Most people are going to be doing stuff like this. If you're able to tighten up, a little bit of dodging, a little bit of protecting the head, if you can do that, you're probably going to be fine with most guys. Well, most fights are going to end up on the ground, and that's why if you're a smaller guy, you know, that's kind of dangerous, because even if you're a good wrestler, you can just be overpowered. I mean, if you know, I'm about 200 pounds, if I'm fighting a guy who's, say, 150 pounds, unless he's like really good at jiu-jitsu or something, I mean, I'm just going to pick him up and throw him. So I would, you know, you can maybe school yourself on fighting, self-defense, American boxing, American wrestling. Those basics are good. Jiu-jitsu is also really good, but I think that takes a little more. It's a little bit more of a fine art, right? It's a little more technical in terms of skill. So I don't know. I think it's good as a man to be able to protect yourself physically. So I would encourage you just to at least consider that, look at that. If you feel like you're totally helpless when another guy steps to you, that's a problem. Okay, no matter how small you are, like, you shouldn't just be completely helpless. I read in an article one time, this guy said, you know, as a male adult, you should be hard to kill. Okay, it doesn't mean you have to be like, you know, Bruce Lee, you know, where you can, you know, you're like the Terminator, you can beat up anybody. It just means if someone gets in a physical altercation with you, they're going to have a bad time. Okay, maybe they win, but they're not going to come out of it unscathed. You want to be hard to kill. You want to be hard to beat up. Get that handled. I really encourage that. And again, boxing basics, American wrestling basics, jiu-jitsu if you have access to that and you're willing to put in some time. Make sure the girl's discreet. Make sure you're discreet. Maybe think about, I don't have a moral issue with fucking a girl with a boyfriend, and maybe some people out there will be like, well, that's just right. Fuck you, okay? If a girl wants my dick and she's got some guy that she's not happy with or whatever, and he's over here and I'm over here, he's got nothing to do with me. This girl's free. He doesn't own her. So anyone who's talking about like, oh, that's unethical, that's immoral to like fuck a girl who's in a relationship, like some magical thing, that fucking, you know, some divine fucking creation that like once two people have pair bonded and they're, you know, God and Jesus Christ want them to fucking stay together and not fuck other people. You're completely delusional if that's what you think. It's extremely, I would say, misogynistic to have that opinion, to say that it's immoral for a woman to, you know, sleep with another guy if she's got a boyfriend. She's not property. It's not his property. Okay, so fuck off if that's your opinion. Now, if you do get in a situation where, let's say, you haven't figured out the self-defense, the basics of handling yourself, at the very least, I should have said this earlier, lift weights, get strong. You should be strong anyway. Get strong. Not for girls, not so you can get laid, but just so you can be a strong man. All right? You should be hard to kill. Now, if you're not there yet, okay, don't know how to fight, you're not very strong, you're a smaller guy, you're fucking this girl, you did everything right in terms of being discreet, she didn't really do anything, she's not like trying to play you guys against each other, and this is not just some guy who likes her and is jealous of you, this is actually her boyfriend. If that's the case, the guy is just jealous and likes her, you don't have to do anything. Like, if he tries to fight you or tries to swing on you, gets all crazy, he's just going to look like an insecure loser. All right? You don't really have to, there's nothing to do there. He's playing himself. He's just making himself look stupid. Right? So while he's like acting all crazy and acting like this is going to make him a man, she just had your dick in her mouth. Who's the man now? You know what I mean? So, but if this is legitimately the boyfriend and he's pissed and he's coming at you like, hey, why are you fucking my girl, whatever, the best thing you can do there is take like a passive route where you want to, what is the damn word? Quell the tension. You want to resolve the conflict, get rid of the potential violence that might happen. The key there when dealing with other guys is it's all about respect. Give him respect. So right off the bat, and maybe this is a lie, right? Maybe you're not telling the full truth here, but just say, oh man, I didn't know that was your girl. If I did, I wouldn't have gone there. My bad, man. Maybe he shakes your hand, maybe you put out your hand. I'm sorry, I apologize. You know, I didn't mean to disrespect. Put your hand out. If he doesn't shake it, if he's like, no, fuck that, you know. So listen, man, I'm smaller than you. You could beat the shit out of me. We both know that. I'm not here to fight you. And I didn't mean any disrespect. I'm not out to get you, okay? Hopefully you and your girl can resolve whatever's going on. I'm no longer part of the picture. Don't worry about me. Now, maybe you mean that, maybe you don't, but that's going to get you out of a dangerous situation, okay? Placate him, let him know, you know, yeah, you're bigger than me, you know, okay. You don't want to be like, you don't want to start begging and pleading for your life in front of the girl, because then she'll probably just never talk to you again. But, saying like, look, you and I both know you're a lot bigger than me. This is not a fair fight. And I don't feel like you should fight me anyway, because I wasn't trying to fuck with you. I wasn't trying to piss on your lawn, okay? Just saying that, get yourself out of the dangerous situation and then regroup and think about, you know, do I want to keep messing with this girl? You know, do I need to adjust my approach with women to where I'm not getting in these situations? Common sense stuff, man. I don't think I'm like fucking bring it, like, I don't think this is some revelatory insight, but it's real talk. I guess that's how I would approach it. Yeah, okay, take care.